Does anyone dislike pregnancy so much that they stopped having kids or decide to adopt future kids? This person goes on to say, we're pregnant with our first child, and believe me when I say we want this baby so much. We went through fertility treatments and everything. We were so happy to find out it worked and that we're pregnant. I'm almost 7 weeks and I'm so miserable with symptoms and have been regretting everything, even though I know we want this baby. I'm told this is normal, but it still makes me feel a bit guilty. But I've disliked pregnancy so much that my husband and I have discussed potentially just having the one kid or adopting a second kid. I was just wondering if other people have felt this too. I'm sure once you have the baby, it's all worth it in the end, but it's not great right now, and I don't want to go through this again. Let's hear your take on this first. What do you think?
All right. Well, I think it's completely valid what you're feeling. I wouldn't try to resist it. I might try to focus on the aspects you are enjoying about pregnancy. Maybe it's bringing you closer together with your partner. Maybe there are some aspects that are exciting. But I have heard this, especially when you're in labor, people will be like, I'm never doing this again, you know? But then you have the baby, you see how amazing it is that two people, you know, hopefully you love yourself, two people you love created something that you love even more. It's like a new level of your heart gets unlocked. And over time, a year later, 2 years later, all the stress and agony you went through kind of fades away. And you're just like, you know, maybe it wouldn't be too bad to have another child. I've heard this as like a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I would honestly just say, you know, your feelings are valid. There is real power in trying to focus on the positives, just like these paintings behind me. Like, you could say this painting's like dark, you know, and kind of like muddy, or you could say, oh, it's actually like very light and ooh, textured and stuff like that. And both those people would be correct. So in some ways, if you focus on a certain area that brings you positive emotions, it's amazing how it starts to become your reality. And I really, you know, I sympathize because no one likes to have headaches and be nauseous and have back pain, and just the whole everything that comes with being pregnant is very, you know, it seems very difficult from the outside, just as someone who's like been like witnessing it. It's just like I sympathize, you know. um but I want to hear your take. What do you think?
I totally understand. Your first trimester is miserable. And I'm just it gets better. Like if you have a terrible first trimester, the chances of you having a better second are high. So just hang in there. And just the constant puking and the headaches, it's not fun. And I was in a similar situation. I know I've brought up like, you know, adoption for us in the future. What if we do only have one kid? These are all things that I mentioned to my partner as well. So this is completely normal. It is so hard, but just remember that you are the vessel. Your baby has the best home right now, and it is so magical. You are superhuman, and it is all going to be worth it at the end, like you said. And I think my mom told me as soon as you have that baby, everything you just went through went out the window. And people sometimes do only have one kid and they're very happy with that. So just trust your instincts and your process and your journey. But just know that there are parts of your pregnancy that will be a lot better.
Great answer, honestly. It is. It's like magic what pregnant people are doing. I'm kind of jealous that I'm not able to have that like connection and just be able, because like we're artists, right? And I think in some ways like she's doing the best, biggest art project of our entire life. She is creating our baby, you know, and I'm kind of jealous I can't be more, you know, I want to be in there helping her sculpt it and stuff like that. And
Husbands, don't tell your pregnant wife or girlfriend
Why?
this.
I don't feel like that's bad. I'm just saying, I think it's amazing that you get to do this superpower, you
I
know?
know
Like,
you and I know where you're coming from, but don't tell your pregnant wife or girlfriend this just because, you know, this is her experience, her journey. Let her deal with all the excitement and, you know, it's just
this person writes, I absolutely hate pregnancy. really wanted another kid, but wasn't sure if I'd be able to after being pregnant the first time. I somehow shoved aside how much I hated it and am pregnant a second time, hating it pretty equally this time around.
Yeah. Some people hate it, some people love it. I know, the second oldest sister of mine, she absolutely loved being pregnant. She liked the way she looked. Her symptoms obviously must have not been that bad. And then some people have a harder time. So it's just everyone's different.
Totally. This person said, yes, but I'm in my second trimester and I'm loving being pregnant, which is so funny because I think I lied down on the couch for the entire first trimester
Yeah.
and felt so disgusting and not like myself.
Yeah, it's interesting for me because in my first trimester, I felt terrible, but I was actually felt like I was working and doing more. Maybe I just felt like the pressure of being pregnant. Now I'm kind of a little more laid back, but I feel better, like I have more energy. I still take a major nap during the days, but like I have more energy. I feel better. I can actually get ready somewhat if I need to. Um, but first trimesters, it could be pretty rough.
Yeah. I think it really depends on the individual. Like you said, some people really enjoy the maybe attention that comes with being pregnant. Everyone's like, "Oh, when are you expecting?" And it's just like an identity they can really relate to is being someone who is pregnant. And then I think other people really just feel like they're not themselves, that they're actually breaking away from their identity in a way and kind of becoming this person that they don't even recognize anymore, you know? So I think I'm hoping that in the end, uh, they'll realize just how much it's like a blessing, and that maybe they but there's nothing wrong with adoption too. There's so many ways you can also be a parent without having to naturally give birth, and all of them are valid. And I think it's important that we all take different like roles in the world, because if no one adopted kids, if no one was doing like the other kind of stuff, then it would just be kind of a sadder place. So I really feel like you shouldn't be judgmental and you shouldn't be resisting these feelings you're having, but at the same time, on the other side of that, to just try to focus on the positives.
Mhm.
I bet there's a lot of amazing things happening because of this, and that will happen in the future. And my suspicion is that when you're holding your baby and just enjoying how amazing it is, you'll kind of forget all the suffering you went through.
Yeah. But let us know in the comments if you disliked pregnancy so much that you stopped having kids, or you thought about adopting kids, or if you just have any advice, please let us know in the comments below. Thank you for checking out our channel and going on this journey with us.